In the last session, we had seen the concept of the exceptions, then the using the try and catch. Also, we had seen what are the types of the exceptions and what are the subtypes of the exceptions is that we will see at the end of this particular session. But before that, we had seen the try and catch. So now we will see, before continuing further, we will see the multiple catch clauses. Okay, so for a single try, multiple catches are possible. Okay, so on the basis of the exception, the different catch statement we can able to write. It is used when more than one exceptions could be raised by a single piece of code. Let us say that a single statement or a single piece of code or a single function, if there is a chances of multiple exceptions, then at that time we can add more than one catch statement. When an exception is thrown, each catch statement is inspected in order. When an exception is thrown, each catch statement is inspected in order, and the first one whose type matches that of the exception is executed. For example, if the divide by zero is there, an arithmetical exception is thrown, or the object of arithmetic exception is created, then at that time, that particular statement corresponding to arithmetic exception is getting executed. Okay, and all others are bypassed. Okay, so execution continues after the try oblique catch block. If the exception is happening, so that we have already seen also, just like in the previous case, if you are considering here in this case, if you are considering the output, so this is just division by zero, this is it is printing, and after that this statement is aborted because this is not getting executed because we got the exception here, but the rest of the statements are getting executed, so therefore it is just showing. Okay, so when an execution is thrown, each catch statement is inspected in order, and first one whose type matches that of exception is executed. All other are bypassed. Execution continues after the try catch block. Note, the exception subclasses must come before any of their superclasses, because a catch statement that uses a superclass will catch exceptions of that type plus and any of its subclass. For example, if we have thrown the exception class, let us say, let's say that we have created the object of exception class, let us say exception E, and after that I have written arithmetic exception E. Okay, E is nothing but the objects. So what is happening, if what is happening, the exception is a super class, so just because it is a super class, so that is getting executed first. Okay, even though the divide by zero error is coming, it is the part of arithmetic exception, but exception is a super class, so therefore that exception, if it gets the implementation, that will be thrown. Okay, multiple catch clause. Okay, so this we will just see here, try catch catch. Okay, again, so just remember that after the completion of this catch, immediately this catch we are right, opening bracket, closing bracket. Okay, so whatever is the number of incoming brackets or input brackets are there, that number of output brackets are there. Okay, so here in this case, if you are considering here, this is the arithmetic exceptions and array index out of exceptions. Okay, so what is Java multiple catches statistics? Okay, so here in this case, args, b is nothing but c is nothing but it is having the value c of 42. Since we have just created and only one value we have put it, so this is the arithmetic exceptions which is happening here, but array index out of bound, so this is nothing but this will be exception occurred here. So in this case, a is a 0, arguments dot length. Okay, so kitne arguments hai? Basically we have not specified any arguments, so this is 0. So divide by 0, it is just coming. So this exception is happening at this particular stage. So this C is not getting executed at this end, and 1, it is just coming. Array index out of bound. Okay, so this will be getting executed afterwards. Okay, so whichever is coming first, so that will be caught first and will be thrown. Okay, after try catch block, this will be executed. So this is nothing but the output. Firstly, divide by 0 because there is a no arguments which is given at runtime. यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ argument नहीं दिया है. So therefore the value of A is 0. So divide by 0 is coming here, and after that array index out of bound which is thrown. Okay. Nested try. A try statement can be inside the block of another try. Okay. A try can be written inside the another try. Each time a try statement is entered, the context of that exception is pushed onto the stack. Every time whenever the try statement is entered, the context of that exception is pushed. Context of that exception, we are just pushing onto the stack. If an inner try statement does not have the catch handler for the particular exception, the stack is unwound and the next try statement's catch handler are inspected for the match. For example, you have written a try inside a try, and if you have not given the catch for that try, then at that time the catch of the outer class will be considered to handle the exception of inner try. This continues until one of the catch statements succeeds or until all of the nested try statements are exhausted. Okay, so this is continued till either any of the exception is caught or all the tries are getting exhausted. If no catch statement matches, then the Java runtime system will handle the exceptions. If you have not used any of the exceptions which is really happening, then that will be considered. Okay.